It's a crisp October evening, isn't it, fellas?
It is.
Yep. It is indeed. Myself, Samuel and Eddie.
Hello.
Hello.
We're all sat at this podcast recording a table, eager to get started. So, Eddie, I believe you wanted to kick off with something, didn't you?
Well, it's just to discuss going on a date for the first time in forever.
Oh, okay.
How long is forever?
In terms of going on an actual date, first time in over a year.
Oh, okay.
So for me, it was quite a long time. Obviously,
well, in this group, be the alpha predator.
yeah, right?
You are the badger to our skunks.
But yeah, no, it was the first time in a while. It was quite a nice evening.
What was his name?
Gay joke.
Hey, it's 2019. It's the perfect time to be making them.
It is indeed.
Yeah, fair enough. Can't fault you there. No, it was it was a lovely evening. It was. I mean, it's a place I had been before, so it was fairly.
What, the
down there, yeah.
As you know.
You can't just point downwards a bit. That.
Yeah, I did like a little V with my fingers.
Pointing, making a vagina symbol. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, like that. So it's an area you're familiar with.
The restaurant.
Talking of dry Octobers.
Okay.
You went on a date to a restaurant.
Yeah, well, the restaurant.
Yeah.
I knew. I went with somewhere.
You went with somewhere.
Yeah, do you know what? Funny enough, I wasn't just sat on my own, having a quiet glass of wine.
I was sat with the city of London. Just opposite me.
No, I went somewhere that I'd been before because I knew it would be somewhere that I could. Sorry.
Do you want to take that one again?
Yeah, let's maybe take that off from the top.
What was that? Was that you running out of breath, or was that you?
It was just me choking on I was trying to get a sentence out that wasn't coming.
Right. Okay.
But yes, no. So I went to a restaurant that I knew, so it was somewhere familiar that I knew. I knew how it worked and everything, so it was quite nice.
Yeah.
Roughly knew how much it cost.
Were you footing the bill?
Yes.
Oh, of course.
And it's.
If you're on equal pay, then you have fucking equal responsibilities, you bitches.
I mean, she's technically on more than I am, to be fair.
Well, there you go.
Oh, so no excuse then.
But, gentlemanly.
Yeah, that's how they get you, though.
I mean, I also bought the wine, so because it's the place.
What was the vintage?
It was just Hartley's Pinot. It wasn't.
Red, I think. I don't know.
It was just fairly average Pinot. It wasn't anything.
Fairly average Pinot.
Yeah.
That's no way to speak of your date, Eddie.
No, we had a lovely time. So shut up.
Okay.
Fap.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Fairly average Pinot.
Fap.
That was me.
Masturbating.
That was me. That was me fondling my jowls. Is what that was.
That still doesn't sound any better.
No, it doesn't. No.
Using the word fondling.
I was manipulating my jowls. That's what I was doing.
Yes.
Where were we? Yes. Go on.
But yeah, no. The venue was sort of chosen to be fairly smart and know the place. And yeah, we had it was quite a nice evening. Following day, went out to the cinema together. It was quite nice.
What'd you go see?
Went to see Joker.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so if you were here last week, we discussed Joker. I went to see Joker with this person.
I see. Did he have the same opinion that you did?
No, they enjoyed it a lot lot more than I did.
Oh, okay. And the evening ended there today. You're like, I don't think we're
it was just,
compatible.
yeah, I think we're done now.
Yeah.
No.
Did you sex her?
Did I sex her? Funny enough, yes, I did.
You did? How was that?
Oh, it's not my best performance, but
I'm
more than willing to be honest about it. Not the best performance I've ever put in the bedroom, but
fair enough. That you put in, or like the result was less, or the effort was less.
It went on for probably longer than it should have done.
Okay.
We'd had wine.
I see.
So
you got the old Pinot.
yeah. A little
The
bit.
Pinot Pin.
It was fine at the start, but a little bit.
Okay. A little bit.
So I don't quite know why it went on for as long as it did.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah. So that is my
Sort of date story.
my brief sort of foray back into dating.
Yes.
Right.
Which we may or may not leave there. See how it goes.
Okay. George, how do you find dating?
Oh, that's just cruel. That's not on, that is.
Well, I mean, I'm hardly, you know.
I was going to say, what about you, Sam?
I'm
How
going to
are
say,
you
I'm,
finding
you know,
all the
pot
dating?
kettle black and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I asked first.
Okay. I have nothing really to...
Nothing to say about dating?
No, nothing to talk about.
Okay. How often do you masturbate, Eddie?
Right now, apparently.
Well, stop it! He's all flustered.
Fucking hell.
How often do you masturbate? Oh, Sam. Oh. I thought you'd never ask.
I thought it was dependent on the can that's the strangest.
Oh, well.
Come on, how often do you twerk it? Is your bishop the victim of GBH or ABH?
Oh, fucking hell.
How tamed is your stallion?
Oh, wow.
How often do you wank?
Man! The people deserve to know.
So like 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
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 Do you favour any particular type? What's your relationship with pornography? I'm assuming you watch it.
I mean, yes, it's usually fairly present.
Yes.
Not every time, but genuinely speaking.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
What do you mean?
Well, as he said, it's not every time
Yeah.
that you know.
Sometimes the Wi-Fi's down.
Oh, right. Okay.
do you only masturbate to pornography?
More often than not, yeah.
Okay. Because I do sometimes with with nothing.
Well, no, if it was like a choice, where it's like, I'm not going to today.
Oh, no,
I
no,
see,
no.
You know.
Yeah, no,
It would have been worthy of the compliment, but if the Wi-Fi's down, you don't.
No,
I retract
okay,
it.
yeah, okay, no. Sometimes, yes, out of choice. Sometimes the Wi-Fi's down.
Well, some moment takes you, innit?
Yeah, you know. Sometimes I don't have a laptop on me.
Yeah. Wow, whoa. Where are you masturbating? You masturbating at work?
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I just, quickly mid-shift, pop in the staff room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, generally speaking.
You do.
Yeah.
What pornography do you favour? I'll just go back to what's your relationship with pornography? Is there shame? Or are you just okay with it?
At times,
Yeah.
I think I've probably been because it's not the most. Sometimes it's not the most. I do question what I'm watching. Fuck you. Okay, yeah. And sometimes you've got. I will question. Fucking hell.
Okay, carry on.
No, so it's fucking hell.
I'm not laughing at your failed attempt. It's more just like because of this topic, the impossibility of just saying a thing.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's quite funny.
3 grown men discussing pornography
Yes,
and we
yeah.
can't get a single fucking word out.
Yes, there's some shame.
There have been times where I've been like, given that there have been times where I have not used it. There have been times where I've got, why do I go back to watching something, I'm generally speaking, I mean, I probably spend a lot of time at the moment looking at the whatever's like hot video or whatever.
Right. Okay.
Because otherwise I'm looking up certain people who I've probably seen in the past.
You're not
Right.
You're not discerning with your pornography. You'll just kind of watch whatever's there.
I mean, it does the job.
Yeah.
I'm not particular. I mean,
no, you don't like have like, oh, I only watch this actress or I only watch these types of videos.
No,
It's
there are
kind of
certain
like,
people.
whatever I
There
need
are
to
certain
get it
people
done.
I have gone back to.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, for whatever reason, there are certain people I probably watch more of.
Okay.
So if I've perused through and gone, oh, there's another video from that person, then yes, I probably have. But certainly at the moment, more often than not, it is whatever's up because the like hot videos is at the top of the page. So.
Well, the thing is, right, it's obviously it's two consenting adults, right? So there's nothing wrong with it in that sense.
No.
I wouldn't want my daughter doing it, so there's a hypocrisy there.
Yes.
Right? But I kind of feel like it's sort of justified to me by not spending any time finding the video. It's just got to be right. I go on the porn site. That one looks vaguely okay. Right, that's that.
Right. Okay.
If I'm sinking time into like finding the right one, then it starts to feel a bit icky.
No.
Like,
Fair enough.
I'm devoting time to this. It's a biological process. I don't want to be like, eating up my my hours with it. But you, Jordan.
Oh, is this the reason? Is this the real reason you wanted to bring this up?
You watch The Story, don't you?
Okay.
Jordan's always wanted to be the copy guy that comes in and just watches.
No, I wonder how many people genuinely do nowadays.
What? Sit and watch the...
Yeah, because obviously when I was younger, you're pretty eager to get to it, so you just sort of you skip all that stuff and you just get to the...
Right. I would say the reverse, surely.
Would you?
When you're younger, not that you want to skip to it, but because it's all sort of... It's all new, and it's all...
It's all, oh, what's this? What am I watching?
Yeah, there's an exoticism to it.
Right, okay.
That you kind of watch and you get as much, skin as you can, basically.
Right, okay.
Whereas now, it is just, well, I'll skip that. I get to the bit that I find interesting.
Okay.
And so on.
And so on and so forth.
But so you found the reverse is true for you as you get older.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great.
You write reviews, don't you?
I don't write reviews. No, I don't want...
The reviews will be coming soon.
Yes.
We can confirm.
New show on Unlimited. Porn reviews.
Hey, do you know what? Genuinely.
Porn review, that's actually not a bad idea.
It's really not a bad idea.
Not a bad shout. We'll put it to kettle.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't want it to sound... I don't want it to appear as though I just, go and watch,
He sits,
just
sits down an hour, just like...
Yeah, it's like I wake up and it's like, right, what am I going to do today? Oh, I'm just going to, I don't do that. It's always like, okay, I'm doing this now, so I'll just,
Yeah.
But some of it's genuinely fascinating.
See, no, but this thing. If there was better acting...
No, that's what's good about it.
I could understand better sitting down, spending hours and hours.
Okay, no.
Does Tommy Wiseau's The Room make you tumescent? If bad acting is what gets you going.
No, I it's not that. And not all the acting is great.
No.
But there are certain sites in which they do genuinely
There's production value to it?
Yeah, there's production value and they are
I'm
clearly
definitely
acting.
not on those subscriptions.
No.
What are we? Are we we're not name dropping stuff, are we?
What do you mean? Well, as in websites?
Yeah, websites or actresses
I
or
don't
videos or anything like that.
It would be. It depends in what context.
Because this is the thing. Porn, generally speaking, if it ever comes up in conversation in public forum, it's always with this sort of
taboo.
Yeah, this preconceived. We're obviously condemning it.
Right.
Whatever we're discussing, we're obviously not advocating. It's kind of like drugs in that respect. It's if you ever talk about drugs to anyone,
right,
in any context, whatever relationship you have to them,
right,
it's always with this air of, I'm not recommending it. This isn't illegal. This is.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
I mean, I will say I've never gone. Oh, yeah, I'll watch this. You see there.
No, I've never recommended porn to anybody.
No.
I have recommended drugs to people though. So I can't say there's an analogy there for me.
I would say I did get shown something by someone I know the other day.
Right.
Which mainly because someone had put up a speeded clip. It's the point is the clip is sped up.
Right.
And then showing me a comparison to a t-shirt. And there was it's a scene from like something, and in the context of what they were showing me, it was very clear that of the people who were in the room at the time, I was probably the only person who hadn't seen that. That was quite a common thing.
Right.
So everyone had probably watched this clip, and this was just a thing I hadn't seen.
What is this about?
Okay.
Because we were sort of referring to drugs and porn for a moment. So what is it about? Porn. Okay.
Porn.
We're back to porn now.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a clip sped up of people giving blowjobs.
Right.
Okay.
I think I can only put my finger on 3 occasions where someone's shown porn to me, but it's always in the context of it's not about titillation, it's about morbidity.
Oh, morbidity, okay.
Not like a morbid curiosity. Right, my uncle showed me 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Which is one of the most disgusting things.
I know. But like that, you're not watching that to go, I recommend this porn. It's like, you're gonna be sick at this, you know?
Yeah.
He also showed me...
I would say, guys will do that. As someone...
Oh, yeah.
That is
I also want to say my uncle showed me. That's like the cliche when I was 3 and my uncle... Blah, blah. No, I was like 17 or something. So I was old enough that it's not very weird. It's just weird.
It's still weird that your uncle showed.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course. But it's not, you know... I mean, he's close to my age. So it's sort of... It was more like a bro... Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
But
they wanked together.
we wanked together over his unit. But... I meant that as a location.
But yeah, so he showed you that.
He showed me that, and he also showed me porn bloopers, which was basically women giving blowjobs, and then they kind of they maneuver the erect penis so they can start, you know, having a go at the balls, and she lets it go and kind of slaps her in the face on the boomerang rebound. That and
wrong hole, all that stuff, is it?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or people kind of just squirting too much. There's a voluminous liquid pouring from them, and just to the extent where their co-stars are just like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think I watched Mr. Hands with a friend, which is a video of a man being anally penetrated by a horse.
Oh, yeah. I have seen
a
that.
horse's penis, not a horse.
Yeah, the whole horse.
Yeah, because that's the thing.
The horse's head is right inside.
That man did die, you know, because a horse is quite...
Yes.
Yeah. But no, definitely not the whole horse.
No, okay.
I feel like you wouldn't have even made it to the emergency room, would he?
Well, did he anyway?
Oh, yeah.
He did, okay. Alright, in fairness.
But his larynx was crushed or whatever.
Jesus Christ.
No, that was an exaggeration.
Okay.
So just pierced kidney or something.
Okay, so, I mean, obviously we're kind of talking quite freely here then, but...
Yeah, I do apologise to the audience, because not only is this free form conversation, but also this is a conversation in which you're naturally kind of holding back most of the time, isn't it?
I don't feel like I'm holding back. I mean, I'm not going to explicitly go into the intricacies of my sexual psychology.
Yeah.
But
I will confirm he has belts upstairs.
but everyone whacks. That should be a book for teenagers.
Yes.
Everybody
Genuinely.
poops for children, and everybody whacks for teenagers.
When they... Did you get taught, like, sex ed in school?
Well, we went to a Catholic school, so...
No, then.
No, it was very limited.
Okay, fair. No, because the book you say about having the book, like...
everybody whacks.
Everybody whacks.
Yeah.
But, like, my experience with sex ed is, you know, we were being taught how to put... It was, as you know, the cliche of put the condom on the banana, cucumber, whatever the fucking thing it was.
Oh, yeah, our school ethically didn't
Yeah.
support contraception.
We genuinely can't even remember whether they even brought it up.
We definitely didn't do the whole, because that's the cliche, isn't it? The condom going on the banana. We definitely didn't do anything like that.
No.
It was probably just the basics of sexual reproduction on like a cellular level.
Yeah.
Mixed with some, when you're getting older, you might notice you're growing hairs. And, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, because that's the point of, obviously, when you're teenagers, you know, male, female, whatever, and you're learning, you know, having a book, genuinely like having a book like something like Everybody Wanks.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a bad thing.
As long as it's not a guidebook, then yeah.
Well, yeah, how you approach it.
Yeah, that's probably, if anyone else has thought of, you know, this is the way we should do this.
Yeah, that's interesting. There must be books like that out there, but I couldn't name you one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think there's a wanking for dummies.
No, definitely not. No.
But it just
All wanking off dummies. I don't think there's a book for that either.
No. Dummies for wanking.
depends what you're into.
Yeah. Yeah, as I say, as long as it's more of an encyclopedia than a manual, then I support that sort of book, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, but it just seems to be like from my memory of sex ed.
Yeah.
Although, obviously you say didn't wasn't the same obviously at your school.
Yeah.
Because we were taught it in the second high school properly. Because in my first high school, when we were due to be taught it, I was my form were. What's the best way of saying giggly bunch of cunts?
Okay.
So we weren't given the class, Because we couldn't act mature enough, essentially.
Yes, right. Yeah.
So we weren't given the class in that school. But then in the second one, as I say, it was the cliche.
Right. Yeah.
Were you given the opportunity to opt out? Because we were, weren't we?
Don't remember.
Yeah, we had a letter before they were planning to teach it. They sent us home with a letter to our parents saying that if you don't want your child to participate, sign this form and we won't. And I think one kid did.
And yet you don't get that option for games.
I know, it's criminal, isn't it?
I don't remember that. I remember being given a letter to opt out for science, but not for that.
Opt out of science?
Science?
For the when cutting open frogs and stuff.
Oh,
that's fair enough.
We never did anything.
No,
like that.
we never did that, but I think my sister did.
Did she?
Yeah, and of course she went to the same school, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, that's the thing, is like
They just didn't like you.
everyone did that. That's what biology was. You cut open a frog.
Yeah.
And then we never did it.
No.
Well, they brought it back in now, have they?
Must have done, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
No, it was all boring theory stuff that we had.
Yeah.
Fair.
The electrical grid system.
Yeah. Magnets and that.
Magnets, bitch.
Yeah.
We will talk about Breaking Bad on every podcast. It will happen.
Yeah, we're not going into that again this week.
No, we're done with that.
But no, I just think that there could be a better thing, because you're not going to be sitting down a group of 11 to 13-year-olds going, here's pornography.
Yeah.
Let's put that on the screen for you and see what you think. But obviously...
What do you think of that, kids?
No, but you're not going to do that. But fundamentally, I genuinely couldn't tell... as a teenager, I couldn't tell you someone I didn't know that was watching pornography at that age.
That's true,
I don't remember talking about it all that much. Not shame, it was just kind of... It was private, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We obviously must have talked about it a bit, but I don't really remember. No. I feel like when you're discovering... and when I say your sexuality, I don't mean your sexual preference. I mean just you as a sexual being. It's not something you talk about, really. That's something you go through a lot.
The what you're into...
Yeah, that comes
definitely,
later.
Yeah. I would say certainly what you're into in terms of sex itself is something I don't generally discuss.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's a step too far.
Yeah.
That's a step too far.
You know, even though we are very obviously having a very open conversation about pornography.
Yeah. So have you ever watched pornography with like a partner or with anybody else?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you want to talk about it?
No, it was one occasion to see whether
it helped.
Whether it
was just something to try.
Yeah. Okay.
More than anything.
When you say something to try, do you mean whether introducing pornography into the relationship is something to try, or just literally we'll do what they're doing on the screen?
Oh no, just to see whether it I guess enhanced.
Yeah.
Right. The sex for that, you know. The answer, in my opinion, was no.
Okay. Why do you think that?
Because that's going on in the background.
Yeah.
What we're doing does not look like that.
No, and they're doing it better, and they look better doing it.
Fundamentally more attractive than the both of us.
Yes.
You know, and just so it was a one and done.
Right. Okay.
Kind of.
I think I watched pornography I watched it with a friend once when we were 12, and I had a laptop, and it was a male friend, and we watched gay pornography. Yeah, I know, but purely out of...
And I was mocking Eddie.
I was 12.
Oh, that's better.
He went through a phase, it's fine.
Well, you've never watched gay pornography. You tell me you've never ever seen any gay porn.
No, I've seen gay porn,
Right.
obviously. I haven't sorted out though.
You've never. Well, I haven't sorted out on an erotic level. It was a case of I had a laptop and
Some time to kill.
a friend, a male friend. No, it was that thing of just
could have
like
been having sex.
we could have been. No, it was we both watched porn and we were just like genuinely curious as to, I wonder what that looks like, you know. So it was like a zoo sort of situation, I suppose. As in like, I want to see the animals doing this thing. Not the gay people are animals. Not the gay, but you know.
No, it was more that the way in my head the way you said that I was like they were at a zoo.
The zoo, yes.
What?
Bears.
There's probably a category for.
Oh, bears, isn't it?
Yeah,
big hairy men.
yeah.
I can't remember the porn itself, but I know I definitely watched it with a friend, so we could go, oh, it looks like that, okay.
Yeah.
I think that's
back to Family Guy.
back to Family Guy. I've genuinely been watching Family Guy.
Everyone is at that age, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the only time, really. How about you, George?
No, I've never watched it
No.
with anyone else. I've shared anecdotes regarding the porn I've seen
Yes,
with people.
we'll come to that.
Yeah, to bring it back to that, unless there was something you wanted to say first.
Yes, I wanted to ask, have you ever been caught in the midst of masturbation?
Oh, okay. Not in the midst, no.
Okay.
At least not as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Maybe it's a memory I've blocked out or something. No, I've not been caught in the midst, but I've been caught watching it, if that makes sense.
But not you.
No,
weren't.
I wasn't doing anything,
okay.
but it was sort of...
full story.
Yes. You were getting to grips with the
You
story.
were getting to grips with the story.
Yes.
You were going full
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. No, I think I was at the computer. I was called away to do something, and the computer was slow, or I didn't click the right button or something, and it was still there. So it was just on display for people to see.
Right. Can you remember what it was?
No, I don't remember what it was.
Have you ever been caught?
Close.
Okay.
Close twice.
What were those?
One where I was watching it on the downstairs living room computer.
Mm-hmm.
Thought I was the only one home, so thought I was. So you know, I was like, this will be fine.
Yeah.
And then my family came through the door.
Right.
I very quickly closed down the tab, pulled up my trousers.
Yeah.
And then
You surprise yourself how quick you are.
Oh,
when
yeah,
it's
it's
when
amazing.
100%.
Yeah.
And on that particular instance, I had to. They wanted to use the computer, so I had to leave the computer, knowing full well because at that point I hadn't learned what private browsing was.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Had to wait until because I'd learned how to. I hadn't learned private browsing, but I'd learned how to delete history.
Right. Okay.
Had to wait until they were done and they'd gone into the kitchen and were preparing the evening meal. Go back onto the computer and delete the history.
Right.
I think I was about 16 or something like that. Or 15. I'd come home from school. I was at my father's house, and he came home from work a lot earlier than expected.
Yeah.
I think the moment sees me, and I think it was an Avril Lavigne music video. And yeah,
Her skater boy.
no, I think it was Girlfriend.
Were you her girlfriend?
No, it wasn't. I don't remember it even being particularly a sexual video. It's just at that age, anything, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say if you go off the logic from the film Kick-Ass, he was doing it to anything.
It's
a
pretty
pair
much
of tits.
anything. Yeah. So that, and then my father walked, and there was a little passage just before you come into the living room, and yes, the speed at which like that.
Yeah.
But luckily, it wasn't porn. So, but he came in, and he knew that rapid motion had taken place. Do you know what I mean? Because just I guess my body language.
He sensed it.
He sensed it. So he didn't see anything, but as soon as he came in, he sort of saw me, then instantly looked at the television, and then just kind of, there was a moment of I saw understanding on his face, and he walked to the kitchen, and we never talked about it.
Well, yeah. So for me, the second instance was it was late at night. I think it was on my laptop. 'Cause I had a laptop by this point. I think I was watching on the laptop, but I had the TV on. But it had the TV particularly loud, and it was like the earlier hours of the morning.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah, because I was quite happily going away,
Sure.
and I hear my mother come onto the landing.
Oh, she's doing it as well. That puts you right off, doesn't it?
Yeah, I hit mother comes onto the landing, goes to open the door, and I very quickly slam down the laptop lid.
Yeah.
The chair goes over.
Yeah.
And I've just stood there, still having not properly pulled the trousers, waiting for the door to open, going, shit. She takes her hand off the handle of the other side of the door, goes back into the room.
You know,
again, not discussed.
Yeah.
You know that thing, a danger wank?
Yes.
And if any listeners aren't familiar with a danger wank, it's when the idea is that you're masturbating in a room and then you call a relative to the room and you have to finish before they arrive.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
But I used to have my own mini version of that where I felt like I'd won, which is if I was doing something, if I was doing that, and like my mother called me downstairs, I'd go, I'm coming! So I'll be down in a minute. And I'm just silently to myself.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I've sort of had my own kind of danger wank. Remember when I was like, I think I was 13, 14, and I wasn't watching porn because that was too much at the time even.
Was it another Avril Lavigne?
It was it what?
Another Avril Lavigne.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, I hadn't, it just felt like too much, it was too much porn. So I used to watch sex scenes from films.
Right, okay.
Fair? No, yeah.
And I remember, it was my laptop and my mother would occasionally use it and I didn't know how to delete history. I now do it as like it's a muscle memory now. I just, I'm the only person who ever uses my laptop and I delete the history constantly. Yeah, so I'd been Googling like best sex scenes in films and she must have seen it because I remember my then to be stepfather pulling me aside and saying, listen, you know, you're Googling, you know, like best sex scenes. I think, well, hey, you know, Sam, you go for it, son, but your mother, you don't, you know, she doesn't want to be seeing stuff like. I was like, yeah, my bad. But I got my back on it, got my revenge on him because.
You got him having a danger wank?
No, I went on his computer and saw his history, and I told my mother. And I remember saying, don't say anything. And then we went out for a meal to Frankie and Benny's, and as pizza was arriving, I said, so Guy, I went on your computer and I saw your history. And just he didn't look at me or my mother for like the remainder of the meal. And she was like, it's okay. You know, it's fine. Yeah. I don't mind. And he just wouldn't say a word. He's like, oh. Awkwardly eating his pizza, just wouldn't say a word.
Yeah.
Which I found a very interesting response. It was like those goats that freeze when you scream at them. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, you know, obviously we're not the only generation that's going to be watching.
No.
You know, but I'm definitely not going through my father's computer history anytime.
No. Yeah, I'm very worried when my father has like a problem on his phone and he's like, oh, can you sort the internet out? I was like, you sure you don't you don't want to get someone else to do this?
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't think my father's adept enough with a phone to.
No, nor mine. But I think he would be adept enough to Google something and then not know that would always be there.
Oh yeah.
You know? So that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I need him to be more techno literate before I can be trusted. Before he can trust me with his phone.
No, yeah, it is interesting. I think, as I say, I think. Because all the video, most of it'll have that little message at the start, which is not for under 18.
Right.
And I do usually think this is probably being more watched by under 18s than anyone else.
Yeah.
But it's as I say, the whole point of that was if they're gonna do something for like sex or whatever, you can't do that. Mm-hmm. But it is fundamentally that is what all.
Everybody does it.
Yeah, everybody does it. At this point, I think everyone has come to accept that you start that at a fairly young age.
Yeah.
You know, there is certainly, it's not weird to be like, well, no, I mean, you know, I started having a wank when I was that age, rather than being like, oh no, I didn't do anything until I was 18. You know, didn't watch anything until I was 18.
Yeah, that's weirder.
You know,
I think.
Yeah, if someone turned around to me and said they didn't have a wank until they were 18 or they didn't watch porn until 18, I would probably find that a bit more strange.
Well, I think you just assume they're lying, wouldn't you?
We have a friend who didn't masturbate for for years because someone had told him, I'd lied to him about something it medically did to you.
Oh yeah.
Is this the myth of hair falling out? 'Cause I've
No,
heard
it's
that
not
before.
that. It's not that. But it's something like that, like an old
Yeah.
wives' tale. And he believed it, and so he didn't do it for years.
Wow. Do I know this person?
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
Jordan,
Yes.
let's go back to this idea of you watching porn vids for their stories and
Right.
their production values.
Okay. All right. What exactly do you want to?
Why do you do it, I suppose?
Also, quickly preface. If you're going for something which has got a better story and high quality, are you going to a site which is more... I want to say that, is it something with a fee or thing?
Oh, right.
Because I don't think you're finding that on the basic site that I think most of us know how to Google.
You're not.
That's true.
You're not finding the entire thing on that.
No, I mean, pretty much nothing's entire on that.
Have you ever paid for pornography?
No, I've never paid for pornography.
Good, no. That's another thing it would feel very
But that's
wrong.
the thing. Like a lot of people, when I said earlier that when porn is brought up, it has this air of like, oh, we're not, condoning it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's sort of the one thing people say as sort of in defense of porn. It's like, well, you should always pay for your porn.
Is it?
Yeah, I've
I don't
heard
think
that.
I've ever heard that.
There's a documentary. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a
He
documentary.
really
about,
goes into the story, doesn't he?
You should pay for your porn.
There's a documentary about. There's a couple, and they all say
Because like women are exploited, and if you're paying for it, they're sort of getting a fee or something.
you're sort of giving something back. I think,
Fair trade wanking.
if you will.
Okay.
I've seen that mentioned a couple of times. As like, if you're going to watch it, then
Well,
you
the
should
thing
pay
is,
for it.
right? Nothing in life is free, is it?
No.
Except pornography.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, I don't know. Relationships certainly aren't free, and if you're not in a relationship, that has its own cost. So at least you can wank for free. Let us keep that.
Well, soon we won't be able to, will we?
What do you mean?
Well, there's I don't know what's happened to it actually because it was supposed to come into effect in April, wasn't it?
Originally it was April, then it was July.
Yeah.
The idea was going to be whether it was
And
you had to pay.
I think this is only in the UK, isn't it?
Yes.
It's not a worldwide thing.
It wasn't necessarily you had to, but you certainly had to there was going to be a proper login and everything. And,
Oh yeah, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
And initially they went, it's happening in April, delayed it till July, and then nothing's kind of it.
Oh yeah,
basically,
even if they brought it in, it wouldn't happen.
yeah, basically,
It's
just for context,
yeah.
the idea was the UK government would bring in this. They were basically going to block most pornography sites, and the only way you could get past the barrier was you had to give them a valid form of ID.
Yeah.
Which was either your passport or it was a specific ID that you could buy, which was colloquially coined the wank pass.
Right. Yes.
But as far as I know, that hasn't happened, or that's not going to happen because April is long.
Trying to police porn is even more foolish than the war on drugs.
It's not about policing, apparently. The idea was that it was supposed to stop under 18s from watching it.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I don't mean outlawing porn. I mean trying to regulate it and its use.
Yeah.
No, it absolutely not. Porn is porn. It's always going to be there.
Yeah.
It's always going to be easy to find.
It's
always
most
gonna be
of the
free.
internet, isn't it?
It is. It is
that
most of the
statistic
internet.
where it's like 60-70% of the
It's
internet.
hands down most of the internet.
Also, in this day and age with smart TVs and everything, I can probably find it on a TV.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
at the minimum, you've got certain TV channels,
yeah.
which, again, with most of those, they're subscription based. But there are still free things channels where you can see a pair of tits after
Oh yeah.
what is it, 9-10 p.m. in the morning?
Yeah.
PM in the morning.
In the morning.
So what channels are these?
Well, yeah, you drop the kids off at school, then at 10 o'clock, the old porn comes on for you.
Yeah, exactly.
For housewives.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, why do you watch porn with a story?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, in answer to your question, you don't get the whole thing on
Right.
accessible websites, but certain sites like Pornhub are basically like YouTube almost, where you have people uploading previews of longer videos and stuff,
Yeah. So why do you watch porn with a story?
How do I watch porn? Well, it's fascinating, I think.
Why is it fascinating?
Well, there's that added sense of novelty, because obviously because of what it leads to.
Right.
The situations are ridiculous and just sort of
It's sort of not novel.
No, but it's maybe not novelty, but I think there's you're watching it and you're like, oh, but this is porn, and it's weird because it's oh, but it's this
Okay.
this
There's
weird
a frisson
taboo,
to it, is it?
this weird taboo forbidden thing almost. I'm convinced.
What kind of stories are we talking? Like,
Well, that's the thing. I'm convinced that most of the people who write porn are just fucking with us deliberately,
Right?
Because they know a lot of people are skipping past it, so they can basically do whatever they want,
Right.
But as I said, there's also sites that actually put in effort.
Right.
It seems. Which ones do you want to hear about? I suppose.
I mean, I've got a pen at the ready. If you could just list these down for me, that would be great.
I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm just sort of very, not baffled, just kind of very curious, I suppose, because, as I said, porn's always just been a very, it does one thing, you do it, and that's it. It's not interesting.
Yeah.
But you're something of a
Well,
connoisseur of the porn.
But that's the thing. But the story is part of it. If it was just
How is it part of it?
no, but like if it was just
they get a script. It might not be a good
But
one.
how, right, if I'm skipping to the part where, the dude plows the woman.
Yeah.
Right, how is my enjoyment of that increased by knowing that it's her stepfather?
But here's the thing: if it wasn't,
Yeah.
why would they include it in the first place?
Because
What's the point in having stories?
Because even with something as
Why not just put in the title? Just give the context in the title, and then just have nothing but sex.
Because
Random dude plows random girl.
Yeah.
Over and over again is a rather
because
boring title.
even with something as transparent and primitive as porn, where it's like it's catering to this need you have, and that's it. Let's just be honest about it.
Yeah.
Even though it's that, it still has to have a pretext for some reason. It's like
Right.
you can't just film people having sex, even though some of the videos are that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, we in order to somehow justify, the use of a camera and a boom and some lights. It's like, well, we can't just film people having sex in a very cinematic way. It has to be. We have to have some little thing to it.
Okay.
Yeah. My favorite, one of my things is there is the amateur category, which realistically strips that all away.
Yeah.
Except
because also it has to be couples as well.
But there are occasions where I have seen films as listed as amateur, and I'm like, well, this is shot with there's someone filming them. It's not the shit done on a phone in the fucking toilet or whatever,
Yeah.
And I'm like, does that count as amateur if you've hired someone to stand and film you from different
Yeah.
To me, that doesn't scream amateur, but yet there are certain films that will.
Yeah. So
you're then adding in a production value, and
yes,
it just stripped away the story.
Well, I'll say, if you said to me, Sam, produce a porn film. Yeah, I
reckon we could get a cast together.
I reckon so. We know a few actors. I wouldn't, I believe in the purity of porn. It's like, it should just be people having sex, and the video just saying, fucking enjoy it, you slag, or whatever. And I mean that in reference to the audience. Right. Like, yeah, you love it, don't you filthy pig.
All right.
Even I would go, oh, well, if I'm making a porn film, I might as well I give it a script or something.
Right.
It's just something you do, isn't it? It's from the age where porn was hard to acquire.
Yeah.
And so it was like, it came on VHSs or whatever. And so to justify the cost of making it on film,
right,
you had to kind of bolster it with story, if you know what I mean.
But that's more content, so that's more tape you're using.
It is, but if you get the financiers to give you the money to make something like that, they're like, well, we have to stock it in VHS store, in the 18 plus section of VHS stores.
Yeah.
So they've got to be over a certain length, I would imagine, etc.
Is it?
Yeah, they're not going to let you just stock a 10-minute.
Yeah, but what is it? Like, is it even?
But I don't know. This is conjecture. This is complete guesswork.
I don't know, and I don't know whether it's people who are working like behind the camera, or even the actresses themselves who are like, I want to I don't want to just do the do. I want it to be something, Whether it's them bringing that to.
There are obviously, I would imagine, a sizable amount of people that do derive pleasure from the context of it. I need to have information before I can enjoy it.
Yeah.
I personally just think you're a bit sad if that's true. Right, okay, this is quite a personal question for a personal subject. Do you derive pleasure from the context, or is that me, or do you separate the two things in your head?
No, I derive entertainment from the context.
And then you derive pleasure from its result.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I can sort of, you're still
and as I say, I'm not like, it's not like I'll do what I need to do and then
Right.
just keep watching or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Or it's not like I'll,
He's just stood in the kitchen making dinner, porn in the background.
yeah, just,
Ah, that's what she's doing this week.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's all part of the same,
Mm.
And it's not like I go seeking this stuff out. I'll occasionally stumble across something that sort of catches my
But
attention.
This
Stumble,
one's
but you obviously-
44 minutes. That one's probably got a story to it.
But if you're stumbling across these things, it's not something that you do just stumble across.
Well, in
It's-
some
you
ca-
have to go to a certain area of the park to see this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, certain networks tend to have certain traits and stuff associated with them, and this is kind of why I asked whether we name drop or not, because I don't know whether.
Well, you've already name dropped Pornhub, so
only in the sense that it's like YouTube in the sense that that's sort of where there's a bit of everything. On.
To be fair, Pornhub is the most accessible, realistic.
Yeah. Well, we might as well
Yes.
talk about it then. I use RedTube,
Okay.
but that's only because it was the first porn site I'd heard of. So I just used that and I just stayed with it. Because, I'm not adventurous with my...
No.
Pornography, very
I
vanilla.
think because the first one I used, I don't know how you were supposed to pronounce it, but it was YOBT,
YOB.
and I got told it by someone at school.
Oh,
They were
no.
like, "This,
Okay.
This is the shit. Yeah.
They were like, "This is a site you can use,"
Yeah.
and then Pornhub came up in a conversation in the next school,
Mm.
and I went, "Well, see if it's got any different content,"
Yeah. I don't think I've even...
and I think I've just stuck there.
I don't think I've ever watched a porn video on another website, genuinely. Ever. I know of these other websites, YouPorn, that sort of thing.
I think I've watched
Well,
only
I think
porn
I've
never
once.
watched
I think those RedTube, YouPorn,
Yeah, yeah.
Pornhub. I think they're all the same network anyway.
Yeah,
they kind of pool their videos.
Yeah.
Have you? It's slightly change. Keep changing the topic slightly. Have you ever read porn comments?
No, I don't think so. You're a
No, just because
an academic.
I've read some.
Well, if you're going to dedicate your time to it.
But no, don't dedicate your time to it.
No, but you
This
are.
is my point.
Just by virtue
He is
of,
dedicated to the Fap.
Yeah.
Okay, but look, it takes however long it's going to take you.
Yeah.
That's the precisely the amount of time you should be giving to it.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you would devote less time to foreplay in real life, and at least that enhances the
I don't know.
experience.
It depends on the person sometimes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's like reading the comments. I don't want to know what everybody else. Enjoyed this. You know.
No, but that's the
I
thing.
came.
It's not like that at all.
No, what is it then?
So the odd person will be.
You get two. You
get the person who will be like quickest Fap I've ever had, and it is.
Yeah.
That makes me laugh.
Yeah, I always see stuff like that and just
I mean, you get that on YouTube videos.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. Yeah.
But I think on the videos on YouTube which are directed at a slightly more older audience,
Yeah.
I think the comments are quite similar.
Okay.
Because, as you say, you get those on certain YouTube videos, and I think on the certain ones, I think you get this.
No, you do. There's like two camps. There's the people who are sort of engaging in it sincerely, who are, like, oh, who's the girl? This is hot, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you'll get people who are trying to link you to their like Pornhub pages
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Or it's like, like kind of like the viral ads you get, not viral ads, the pop-up ads.
Right. Okay.
Where, it's like, oh, I live in such and such, like, let's start a conversation, stuff like that. And then you get, like, the YouTube-style comments where they're clearly just taking the piss.
Yes.
They'll be like, this
thing
sort
is-
of incest video happening, and someone's like, oh, how about that, like, new mod in Fortnite? And just they're like,
Oh yeah, you
completely
do
changing the
get
subject.
those, which does
Right.
make me laugh.
Okay.
But there,
So Trump's president, while it's
yeah,
like,
literally,
Right,
things like
okay.
that.
Yeah.
No, because there was an occasion where I had watched a few videos of a particular person,
Right.
and suddenly,
Go on. Name them. Go on.
but then all of her content disappeared.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Right?
Fucking hell, Joel. Calm down.
No, but then the comments, like the channel still existed, but all the videos were gone.
Right.
Right.
And then,
Well, like Norm MacDonald.
exactly like
Yeah,
Norman
exactly.
but then, and like a video went up, which was not of that person, and all the comments for that then were,
Right.
what has she got? I think so. Just like all of the comments were,
Who are you?
what
Bring
was this?
her back.
And then the description literally went, yeah, this person no longer makes content for,
Right, okay.
No McDonald had a fat. Porn.
Yes.
Right, so when you go onto a porn website,
Yes.
You really want to get to the bottom.
Yeah. What is like going through your mind in terms of like when I get right? Okay, I'll be just doing something completely different.
Yeah.
Like it crosses my mind, like, oh, I could do that now. Oh, I'll do that now.
Right.
And then I'll fire up the website.
Yeah.
And then I don't have an account, but it gives you like recommended videos. It's like one of the first things is you get recommended videos. So I usually just scroll to that. Out of the 4 that are there, I just pick one that looks the most, interesting. Do it. Okay, right. Off the site. That's it. That is my relationship with porn.
Have you ever watched one more than once?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Jord?
What? Yeah, of course I have.
Is it a 40-minute video with a full story?
I tend not to.
No. Yeah.
Those are more in the old days where if it'd been if I'd felt it'd been a particularly successful venture, then I was like, oh well, I'll definitely go back to that one. Now, nah, I just whatever.
Yeah.
But yes, your process when you go on a porn website.
Well, I'll scroll through.
Yeah.
See what looks,
Yeah.
looks inviting.
Right.
And then I'll click on it.
Yeah.
And
What's got a good thumbnail?
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Thumbnails now, they generally don't play into it.
No?
No. Because
What
they
plays
don't.
into it then?
Well, I like the title.
The title.
The title, and also
The titles never make any sense. It's just because it has to be called something that no other video is called.
it's the title, and also like because they basically never do custom thumbnails on like those kind of sites.
I will say.
So it's whoever's in the video and like whether they take your fancy.
I rarely like read the title, like take time to read the titles, but there are some funnily named things.
Oh yeah,
because they can't, one video can't be called the same thing or whatever.
No.
You see a lot of just interesting phrasing of, you know what, I'm going to go on RedTube right now. And I'm going to just read out any funny...
This is what we've come to.
Okay. How do you even finish? We keep...
Yes, what is it
chiseling away at this and then moving on to
chiseling away.
Chiseling away.
Okay.
Don't try and do that to me, Sam.
Hopefully my mother doesn't walk in at this point.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Look at Eddie looking.
Okay, so we're on RedTube. We've got... No, that's not very good.
You won't find any good ones now.
Squirting in public toilet. See something like this. Daisy DUXXX absolutely assaulted the BBC.
She might well have been.
She might well have been. Daddy's friend needs a cough checkup from teen nurse.
You want like punny titles, don't you?
Yeah. Cunny titles.
Punny.
All right.
Stop it.
Sweet singer Chanel Preston celebrates B-Day with older lover.
Okay.
Go on.
Check like the big networks, like Brazzers and stuff do punny titles.
I'm on RedTube at the minute.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Jordan wants you to look into Brazzers.
Look at Brazzers, Sam.
Hang on.
I think we've discovered which network he's on.
No. I don't really favour.
But you've popped in for a viewing for their titles.
Now and again.
Jordan, please take your hands out your trousers.
My hands are in my pocket, Sam.
No, not from this
You
angle.
will not.
Conceal you.
You will not.
Do I have to click enter Brazzers?
You think you have to? Yeah.
This, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as it went, and you both you came on the laptop to see what I was doing, and then as soon as it was loading,
no, going away. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Now I've looked at porn with more than one page.
Well, I'm not.
One's called confiscated cock.
Okay.
I'll fuck who I want is another one.
Strike a pose.
One is just ass everywhere. Phoenix rising, prime suspect pounding, breathe in, stretched out.
I feel like I have
That's enough of that.
Scrolling. I feel like I have seen a title which was something like ass mazing pounding or something like that.
Yeah.
But use that kind of shit that you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You're letting yourself down, porn. Usually, there's better titles and stuff.
We saw that thing, didn't we? It was a demographic map of which countries, what's the certain type of porn.
Yeah, friends sent it to us.
What was
the UK? I would say lesbian will without a doubt be the top.
it is for most Western countries, I think.
Yeah.
No, not. I don't want the porn map to help me find the best porn sites.
Out of curiosity, have either of you ever bought what is considered a dirty magazine?
No.
No.
You?
Once.
Okay.
Out of curiosity to see whether it was any good. Whether it was any good, whether it was worth
The
buying.
thing is that we now have the motion picture, don't we?
Yeah.
So we don't really need
there's not much
still life anymore.
point.
No, yeah, but that was the thing, is that it was pure curiosity.
Yeah.
And then I just went, nah, just watch porn.
Talk amongst yourselves and we're going to find
Yeah,
this.
it wasn't
Okay.
worth the cost. So George, yes.
Yes.
So the titles.
Yes.
What are you looking for in a title?
Well, a title's part of it. I'm not saying title is the be all end all. It's just sort of part of it, you know.
But is there anything you look for in particular? Like, if you see it and you see like the picture or whatever, and then you see the title, is there anything in particular where if you saw the picture and went, okay, and then you saw the title, you would go, no.
Does that answer your question? No, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll explain to you the first video I saw that made me start to pay attention to like porn stories and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'll keep it clean as possible at least.
This is definitely not going to be.
Well, I've definitely told it to you. I don't know if I've told it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
So I clicked on it just unassumingly, and I just sort of started watching it. And it's sort of it fades in on this girl who's just like sitting on the couch, kind of like head balanced on her fist, just sort of like, you know, sitting there looking kind of upset. And this old man walks in and sits down next to her.
John's growing.
What?
Go on.
This old man comes in and sits down next to her. I'm a little worried at this point because he's a rather old man. Stop it, Sam.
George does currently have an erection.
Yeah, so I'm a little worried because he's a particularly old man. And he's like, "Oh, what's wrong, sweetie?" And she's like, "Oh, daddy." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm still worried."
Senile penile. Go on.
Yeah,
That's definitely a title somewhere.
yeah. I'm still worried because, you know, in the world of porn, the fact that they're related, if anything, means it's more likely something is going to happen. It seems nowadays. But
Well, the porn doesn't tend to start with, "Oh, hey, stepfather. All right, I'm off out." Oh, okay.
Although I will say,
yeah,
having seen certain
because they're going to sneak in their partner
Oh, right,
when
okay.
the father's
having
gone.
seen certain videos where someone uses the word daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I ever have children, I cannot. I just that kid is never being taught the word daddy.
Is it Dara Breen? He does a joke like that where he's like, when he's disciplining his child, he has like these like Vietnam flashbacks to him and his wife in bed where he's like, "Oh, you're a dirty girl." As he's saying that to his daughter, he's like, "Oh God, what am I doing?"
But it is exactly the thing. Or, you know, occasionally, like, obviously, that kids come into the pubs and someone will say daddy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
It's kind of ruined that word being a sweet, innocent thing that a kid
problem,
calls their dad.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, it's a problem. But anyway,
yes.
So the father comes in, sits down next to her, and she's like, "Why does everybody want to fuck my stepsister instead of me?" Hard cut to her stepsister and her boyfriend's doing the do, right?
They was fucking.
Oh, yes. Quite viciously. And it stays there for like 10, 15 seconds, and then it just cuts back to the stepsister and the father. And she's just like looking at him in like anticipation of an answer, and he's like, "Well, sweetie, I think you should, you know, come to terms with the fact that your stepsister is just more attractive than you are."
Wow. Fucking brutal.
Yeah. So he's like, and I'm invested at this point because I'm like, okay, where's this going? And she says, "Yeah, but you used to tell me the story of the ugly duckling, and that one day I'll flourish into a beautiful swan, and everyone will want to fuck me," or something like that. And the father just stares at her dead in the eyes and just goes, "Sweetie, you're 37. If you're not a swan by now, it's probably time to move on." And then he just gets up and leaves.
Fair.
And I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm into this now.
Sorry, I've ended up on a website, but if I put my email address in, it'll send me a copy of Porn Stats 2018 edition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
But there's on the website here it's just, I can't find the map.
Okay.
20 mind-blowing stats about the pornography industry. So we've got here, let's see, 64% of young people actively seek out pornography weekly or more often. Teenage girls are significantly more likely to actively seek out porn than women 25 years old and above.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, that's, yeah. Let's have a look. What's an interesting one here?
In fact, I remember having a conversation when I was at college with someone I knew, and it was the first time a girl had openly admitted to me that they watched pornography.
Right.
And that being like, oh, okay, fair enough.
Porn sites receive more regular traffic than Netflix, Amazon, and Twitter combined each month.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Well, wasn't it when there was like a real internet blackout or something? I think it was in the States, or there was something happened in the States.
Yeah.
And then they looked at what was like the most what the fuck thing,
right.
And it was that porn, like the traffic for porn was reduced so drastically.
Apparently, for the last 6 years, the category that's topped porn site searches is teen porn.
Interesting.
Which is quite.
I'll say interesting
worrying.
because there is a because there is a trend of a lot of stepfather stepsister.
Yeah.
That
is a very common thing.
Yeah, that seemed to come out of nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah,
that was just the biggest thing all of a sudden.
So the fact that it's not the most searched thing does surprise me, but I suppose it is on every bloody page.
A dampener, for lack of a better term, on this.
A what?
A dampener.
Okay.
Child porn is one of the fastest growing online businesses.
Okay. Yeah, that's...
tie it back to our last podcast.
No, but again, given the way things are with... I mean, my example being that like racism in football is currently like at an all-time high.
Yeah.
So the fact that that's a thing should surprise me, but doesn't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You found the map, Jord, or?
Sorry?
Are you looking for the map?
I'm looking for the map, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, that was my...
No, but okay, fair enough.
That was the thing that got me sort of interested in, like, okay, what other gems are hiding around the place? But like I said, there's also sites that actually, like, give it a proper go. I won't name it, but there's, like, one video, it's not that old, it came out, like, a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Jesus, John.
What?
Go on.
Well, no, I'm bringing it up because it shows the other side of the coin in that regard. Because you've got the cliche of pornography is that it's really cheesy acting and just these ridiculous situations. There's like a video on YouTube where it's like a compilation of all these like introductions to porn videos, like lemon stealing whores, I think is the famous one.
Right.
Shark in a bathtub, that's another one.
Okay.
You familiar with any of these?
No.
Okay. You should watch the video. It's actually quite funny.
I'm not going to do that.
And then you've got this site which do like darker stuff, like to the point where the because obviously all porn actresses use a pseudonym.
Yes.
In these videos, they're playing characters, if that makes sense. So they're not called their pseudonyms, even though in most pornography they are.
Yeah.
So they're playing characters in the porn. And so it's this girl. It looks like it's shot in like the LA hills,
Right.
or somewhere like that, where it's just sort of like this large expanse of road and sort of countrysides just outside a city.
Yeah.
Her car's broken down.
Of course.
Yes.
Standard.
She can't get like reception on her phone. She's stuck out in the middle of nowhere. This gentleman sort of drives up and he's like, "Oh, do you need a lift into town?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, that'd be great, thank you."
Let me slip my dick inside you.
Well,
Where's the gentleman?
We're getting to it, Eddie.
There's more story than let me slip my dick inside. Fair.
Well, no, she gets in the car and then they start driving. Initially, she goes to get in the back and the guy's like, "No, sit in the front." But it's not like it's sort of played ambiguously because you're not kind of supposed to know. The video's called I won't name the video. But it's kind of ambiguous as to what his intentions are. So she gets in the front and they just have like this awkward exchange about the weather. And, it's like, oh, this is,
the weather.
Yeah.
You're getting breathless as you're telling the story.
Well, I mean, it's exciting, isn't it?
Okay.
No, because now I feel like I can't slow down. I have to keep the pace, otherwise you're going to point it out again.
No, it's fine, go on.
Keep an eye on it. When you're ready.
He's sweating as well, isn't he?
No, that's not fair.
I mean,
so yeah,
I told you he's doing it under the table.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So anyway, they have this awkward exchange, and then she puts the radio on, and then there's a news story. It's like, oh, there's a killer loose in this specific part of the world, which is where she is. Mm-hmm. So of course she's getting like uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. How she feels.
Yes. Well, so I don't know why, but she ends up like going into the glove. She asks him if he's got something. He's like, oh, it's in the glove box, and she opens the glove box.
And then he goes into the glove box.
We're getting to it.
Come on already!
The porn is going to happen.
I mean, at this point, if she doesn't fuck the serial killer,
This is in microcosm, isn't it? I just get to the point already.
So she opens the glove
Does
box.
she fuck the serial
She
killer?
opens the glove box. The gun is there. In her mind, oh, this guy's the serial killer. So she pretends to be sick. So he stops the car so she can escape, but the guy is like still sort of hanging around. So
She's
I think
a pervy serial killer.
Yeah.
yeah. So I think in order to get away, also
You
like
think?
yes,
No. You've watched it more than once, haven't you? Be honest.
in order to get away,
Haven't you? You've watched it more than once, haven't you?
she starts pretending to
You've
like
watched it more.
He's got it on TV, just like it's on the recorded, looped over.
Bookmarked, yeah.
she's like no, I think she's trying to go for the gun because she wants to defend herself because it's in the glove box still. But he's like sort of stopping her, but he's sort of he's not stopping her as in like I know what you're doing. He's just
Right.
kind of trying to stop her. So she starts flirting with him to try and get him to lower his guard.
Right.
But obviously,
Yes, that is
He-
the
he-
natural solution.
yeah, he ends up like sort of going along with it as well, and then it reaches the point where it's like, oh, I can't, I have to do this now to keep up the act. So basically, the thing of
She fucks a serial killer.
the sex then happens,
So she fucks a serial killer.
but like sort of the
crazy bitch.
the premise of like the video is she's sort of trying to position herself in a way that she can get the gun out of the glove compartment while he's doing it.
So, get gun. Here's my vagina.
No, she's doing it. She's doing it as a distraction tactic.
Take a breath.
She's doing it as a distraction tactic.
Get a gun. Here's my vagina. That's all I'm hearing.
So they're doing it. He eventually finishes because she hasn't got the gun yet.
What are they doing?
What do you think they're doing, Sam?
Well, I don't know. You've explained every other part of the video.
No, because that's not the point.
Say
I'm
it,
not explaining
Say
the
it and
point.
say it slowly, for God's sake.
He's ploughing her.
Okay.
Yes. He's doing that. He finishes.
Like in what position?
I'm not going to do that.
You're not that invested. So
Yeah.
No, I want.
Yeah, you clearly don't
he's
give a
broken
shit.
down. He's outlined this film for me. He's given me the treatment, but now he's skimping on
I
like
won't
the
even give you the
actual.
title or the author. It's ridiculous.
What's it called? What's the video called?
I'm not going to know.
Okay, right. What? How?
So I
what-
genuinely don't know if we can or not.
Okay. What's the
Because
position?
it might be seen as like endorsing it,
Right. Okay.
So
Well,
we've named a couple in this.
go on. In what position?
Well, here's the thing. If you're trying to get into the glove compartment of a car
Right,
while the
car.
guy is outside the car,
Right.
what positions do you think she's doing?
A really awkward one.
What? He's outside the car
Yeah.
and she's inside the car, sitting down.
No.
No.
No,
She's
she's sort of-
she's leaning into the glove.
Yeah, the door is
Oh,
open.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that she was like she was trying to like fumbling to open the glove box, and he just slipped it in, and so she ended up just.
Oh, no.
It ended up being
No, she's-
mutual masturbation.
No, she was going along with it.
Oh right, okay.
He was kind of like, she was
She
like, oh, no.
fucks a serial killer.
I thought as she was trying to like covertly grab a gun from the glove box, she just ends up like accidentally filleting him or something.
No.
Right?
No.
Like,
She's like, oh,
she's
she's taking
taken
the gun, and she bends over.
No, she's sort of taken the flirting to its natural conclusion. She's
Right.
like, right,
So she bends down in front of it.
there's
Yeah.
sort of this moment where she realizes,
So it's doggy style.
yeah, like the only thing I can
Is
do
doggy
now
style,
is
or is it?
that's one of them. Yeah,
What else is there? What are the other ones?
you're only doing this to make me uncomfortable. You're not doing this to get any.
I mean-
I haven't even finished the plot
At this
yet.
point, any of
please
our
don't-
listeners
please don't
are
finish,
uncomfortable.
George.
No, I
God's
haven't
sake.
finished the
Oh,
story.
the story. Okay.
Yes.
Go on then.
So he finishes
What finishes what?
the sex.
Okay. Yeah.
He finishes the sex.
Oh, you tell he's a ladies' man, can't you?
So does
Yeah.
he does he come inside or like
On the face, or what's going on?
oh, is it on the face, on the back?
No,
Or
it's
is it-
no, it's not internal. No.
Oh,
No
he's
cream.
getting me hard.
no cream pie for her.
Okay, it's not internal.
It's not internal,
Okay, so
no.
it's a facial.
No, it's not that either.
Is it navel?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it was. Yeah.
Okay, it comes in a belly button.
Yes. Not in a belly button.
Yeah, on it. On her belly button. Well,
not on her
on
belly
her
button.
stomach.
Yes.
Okay, maybe it pools on the belly button then.
I don't think it does. No.
Okay. Go on.
No, they're sort of on the bonnet of the car, so it doesn't really like.
Oh, so
the physics of it
there's an
wouldn't work.
incline.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's definitely going in the belly button.
Oh yeah, actually it would.
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
yeah,
Gravity.
it's 100%
Yeah,
going in the
yeah,
belly
yeah.
button.
Gravity. Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
So yeah, he finishes
Yes.
the sex
Yeah.
on her.
He sexes her.
He sexes on her.
Okay.
And then she seizes the opportunity, so she runs around to the glove box.
Right.
Takes
so
the.
dripping.
Yeah, it's still like
Yeah.
So
I
she
mean, of course she's dripping at this point. Come on.
Yeah, definitely. Like Dawn is
she
now.
takes the gun out of the glove compartment.
Yeah.
She points it at him.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the hell are you doing? And in a panic, she shoots him.
It didn't fire blanks?
No. No. Okay. No, this is a proper man. He knows how to take care of his gun.
I thought the gun was a metaphor until, he started...
No, 100% she fucks a serial killer.
Yeah, okay, right. So the gun's loaded.
The gun's loaded.
She pumps him full of lead.
Yes.
Okay.
And he could have pumped her full of lead.
Well, he did.
Well...
Wait, no,
not lead. No.
It doesn't work like that, Joe.
Doesn't it?
No, do you cum lead? That must hurt.
Oh, I see what you're doing now.
Go on.
I thought lead was
that's what I was insinuating.
analogous for,
Oh, I was being literal about it.
I see.
Oh, no,
okay.
I was...
Okay. Right, so she goes for the gun.
Yeah.
She shoots him.
She shoots
Where
him.
did she shoot him?
You don't see him.
Okay.
You see him fall.
You're like,
You don't see where he
Is he still exposed?
shot. Yeah, I think he is.
Does he have a shirt? Is he completely nude?
No, he's bottomless.
So he's naked from the waist down?
Yes.
Just dead with an erect penis?
No, you don't see the body. You see him fall, but they don't do close-ups on the
yes,
body. What they do...
Lying down,
What they do
That's definitely a blooper.
is a close-up on her crying.
Okay.
That's where it ends up.
Okay.
She starts crying.
Do you think the film is...
As the radio... No. This is the end
I
now.
quickly want to get this out there.
Okay.
Do you think the film is a commentary on, the whole idea of the orgasm being the little death, like petit mort?
Well, this is the thing, though.
Well, Eddie doesn't think so.
No, does Eddie not?
Go on.
Okay. Yeah, so she shoots him. He's dead. She's now crying because she's just killed a person.
Right.
Then the radio...
And she's got his fucking cum on her stomach.
Yeah, typical,
Yes, how many times have you been in that situation, George?
Then the radio comes on, and they're like, oh, the serial killer that we were looking for has been captured.
Right.
Thus revealing that...
no.
Yeah, the man she shot is not a serial killer. She has just shot an innocent
If there'd
man.
been more subversive, she would have been the serial killer, wouldn't she?
No, they make a point of that it's a guy. Because
okay.
you're supposed to believe the guy is the serial killer.
Okay.
But that's the twist at the end, is that he was an innocent man.
Okay, because if she keeps trying to fumble for the gun, it's like reversing the whole innocent woman. That's empowering, isn't it?
Yes.
So they missed an opportunity there.
Yeah. I don't know.
What's the video called? I want to watch it.
I don't know if porn's into that whole women empowerment thing.
Not really, no.
Not really.
No.
It's not like... well, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to...
Is that your favourite porn narrative?
What? A girl kills innocent man?
That particular vid.
No, I only brought that bit up because it's...
The best fap he's ever had.
No, it's a recent example, so it's fresh in my mind. But it's also, like I said, it's a good example of the opposite end of what you expect from pornography. It's not typical cheesy acting. It's not great acting,
right?
But she's acting, clearly. They're both acting.
Yes.
And also it has a very dark ending, because she just killed an innocent man.
Yeah.
And, she's out in the middle of nowhere by herself.
Yeah. Pregnant. Go on.
Well, no, it's not.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot, yeah. Comes on the stomach.
Yeah. No, because I think it's interesting, because you said it was like an LA
I think
based
so.
setting. But I'm
not sure.
In stuff I've seen,
Yeah.
until things like Fake Taxi came along,
Right.
everything, like they would try and set it somewhere more glamorous. Whereas Fake Taxi is like a UK
Yeah.
grotty, grubby black man. Cockney, let's do it.
Back behind the bin sheds, that sort of thing.
And the guy that generally speaking does Fake Taxi is an older guy
Yeah.
who somehow gets everyone.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a sort of you went for glamorous. Let's make this everything to dirty, grubby, grimy. But is that something people are into?
Oh, some people, I imagine, yeah.
You said that with some confidence.
Well, there has to be, doesn't there?
Yeah, I suppose.
There's not going to be much porn out there that nobody likes.
No, there's that rule, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's...
If it's made, someone's watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what's your favourite, porn movie?
No, I was going to say, I vaguely mentioned a name, and I'm not saying name a name, but do you have a favourite person you would watch?
I have people I prefer, yeah.
Go on.
I don't think there's a favourite.
Fair.
But, yeah, I have people that I'll, if they've got a new video, I'll watch it,
It's got a subscription, remind. Notifications turned on.
Yeah. Turned on indeed.
Fair play.
That was
Go
a
on,
joke.
So what's your favourite one then?
No, we're not going to name. I genuinely don't think we can.
No, I don't want you to name the video. I want you to explain what happens in your favourite film.
Oh, no, I don't think... I don't know what it would be actually.
Okay.
So it's interesting because I think this has worked quite well because you're getting get out, I'm done.
What?
In terms of porn.
Your relationship.
Your relationship with porn.
Oh, right. Get out, I'm done. Right. Okay.
Get out, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm a get in, I'll have a peruse, then I'm gone.
You'll have a bruise. Fucking hell.
Give her a bruise. I'm into that.
Okay, yeah. You'll give
I'll
her
have a
bruise.
peruse, might read the odd comment,
Okay.
and then Jordan's
That's it.
Jordan's doing a degree.
Yeah. He's writing the history of porn.
No,
but
it's not like that.
There you are.
No, but
definitely
it does make for.
I've given you 2 examples of videos.
Yeah.
I don't have many more examples. They're just things I've like I said, that I've sort of stumbled across.
Yeah, but I think the salt on my table is testament enough to how much you're into your subject matter.
Right.
Sweating all over my table. Right. What should we talk about to wrap up then?
Well, I've got the map. If you want to have a look at the map,
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Right. So, George, you've now found the demographic map.
I have, and this is from 2018, so it's fairly recent data.
What are the highlights?
Well, as you said, most Western countries, or countries that are sort of like considered first world countries, lesbian porn is the most searched category, most viewed category.
Why do you think that is? What is so
my assumption
attractive about lesbianism to straight men?
My assumption based on this data is that these are things that people are searching as opposed to things that people watch.
Yeah.
So is lesbian porn just something that doesn't come up that often, maybe?
Oh no, it is.
I feel like for guys, it's the fantasy of 2 girls. I think that's probably fairly common.
Yeah, but why do you think? Where do you think that comes from?
Oh wait, in terms of where it comes from, no idea. But I think
I can't remember who said this. It was a famous person, but I basically agreed with it, and that is that they think the appeal of lesbian porn for straight men is the kind of inherent idea that women lack the equipment to adequately. My voice broke then. Women lack the equipment to adequately sort each other out. Then that they're not biologically predisposed to have the instruments attuned for that, and so a man watches it and thinks, if only a man could jump in to help that situation, I could sort 2 of them out. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, although having watched certain videos, I would argue that is completely and utterly.
I'm not saying that.
No, I know, but I would argue that is completely.
Yes, but the way it works, right, is vag penis. I just think that, men see that and they go, there's something missing from that equation.
Yeah.
I will insert myself metaphysically into that situation.
Yes, fair.
Yeah. Okay, so that's most Western countries.
Yes, the ones you'd kind of expect. The Americas, Canada.
Yeah, Australia.
A lot of South America, Australia, Britain, France. Not most of Europe though. There's Europe has a bit of a mix.
Right.
Of things.
Which obviously I'm against.
Yes, of course. Well, Spain is mature.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Is really interesting.
Is Italy mature?
Italy is MILF, I believe.
Yeah, okay. See, that is worrying, that. MILF, because Italian, it's a very matriarchal society, and the idea that the most searched thing is mothers. That just betrays so much psychology.
Yeah, but also, in a way, kind of expected.
Yeah, but you kind of hope that isn't the case, Yeah. Because that's the Freudian theory, isn't it? Is that all men want to have sex with their mothers.
Yes.
And so it's quite uncomfortable when a society that's based around mothers and sons, and that's the most searched.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other, well, in terms of scale at least, the other major country that's MILF is India. I don't know if that says anything about that culture.
I don't know much about the social dynamics of Indian
much
cultures.
about India, to be honest.
Yeah, so I wouldn't know there. That's an interesting one.
Yeah. The majority of Africa is ebony, which I don't think many people are surprised by.
That doesn't surprise me.
South Africa even is ebony.
Right.
Couple of the northernmost countries are lesbian.
Okay.
I think Egypt is lesbian.
Yeah.
But then you've got countries which I think they're the countries in which the Sahara Desert resides.
Right.
They are Arab. Arab is the most searched.
Yeah. So Northern Africa is a lot of it's Arabic, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
So
that's.
What about the Middle East?
If I can still read a map,
Yeah.
I think it's anal.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? Do you think it's because I don't know? Why is that? Why is anal the most?
Is it one of those?
Is it because they've been fucked in the arse as a culture?
Oh wow. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Is part of their culture that you contraception is a bad thing?
I don't.
You
I
have
don't.
to have children.
I would imagine that, given the bless you twice. Given the strictures of Islam, I would imagine that anal is forbidden.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
mainly
forbidden fruit,
because and mainly because anal doesn't lead to pregnancy, and if indeed, I'm not saying it is, but if indeed that is a part.
Most religions are against anal.
Yeah.
But obviously,
well, any contraception really.
any contraception, any contraception. But yes, in those countries where it's basically theocracy, then it would be much more forbidden, and that's much more alluring.
Yes. So above the Middle East, we have the rest of Asia.
And that is?
That is your Chinas, your Japans, your Koreas, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. What is that?
That is all hentai,
right? Okay.
as to be expected.
Yeah.
But here's the interesting thing: Russia is also hentai.
Yeah, that's very intriguing.
Yeah.
Why do we think Russia is hentai?
Because that's the thing. Even though the majority of Russia by landmass is in Asia, I believe.
Yeah.
I think broadly it's thought of as it's thought of as its own thing, but it's thought of as a very European country, right?
Well, it's white,
Yeah.
So, but like Russia, it spans
it's
from like the Ukraine to Japan, basically.
Ridiculously
So,
large
but
country.
it is very much its own thing.
Yeah.
It was the Soviet Union, now it's Russia. It's just it stands on its own.
Yes.
But I'm just it's intriguing that hentai is the most searched.
Yeah, because you get in Western countries you'll get certain demographics or subsects of people who are into hentai.
Yes.
Your weeaboos, and I don't know if that's an insulting term or not.
I don't even know what that is.
Weebs. Again, I don't know if it's an insulting term, but weebs are like people who are really into Japanese culture, and they're the people who watch all the anime and listen to Japanese music and all that sort of stuff.
I recently watched the film Babel. A large part of that set in Japan, and you do actually think, God, that is America. They fucked that country up. They really did. By launching those atomic bombs. They've just castrated an entire culture. That's controversial, isn't it? We'll keep that in there.
Okay.
Right. Yes. Quickly.
I think they're the most sort of interesting ones that we have.
Pakistan that's a weird one, isn't it?
Oh, I think it's pretty much the only one who has it as a category.
Yeah, Pakistan. Big dick is what they search the most.
Interesting.
What's going on there then?
I don't know. We're talking about forbidden fruit. Is maybe because Pakistan and India have been at loggerheads forever. Is it because they have a small dick complex next to India? So they're
Sam, if you're not going to take this porn map of the world seriously, I think it's time we wrap it up.
Okay, I guess to wrap up then, what should we say? I say our TLDR on porn is a sideways thumb.
It's not going to have an opinion on it, are we?
It's a sideways thumb, which in the realm of porn is a very painful procedure.
Yes.
This has been Funfiltered. See you next time. Bye.
Yeah.